And a very good evening to you. I'm Lisa Lord at the CBC Evening News. And our top story: another set of Barbadians will be honored for the island's 50th anniversary of independence. Parliament today passed the Barbados Jubilee Honour Bill. Prime Minister Fundell Stewart says the legislation will allow those Barbadians who have contributed significantly to the island's development since independence to be recognized. He says during the traditional independence honours, only a limited number of honorees are acknowledged.
Because there are many people across the country in these various spheres, the spheres I've just identified: business, civil society, cultural, arts, education, entrepreneurship, innovation, medicine, public service, science and technology, and sports, who ordinarily might not make it into the traditional independence honors. And this is an opportunity for Barbadians to say how they feel about their fellow men in these areas and to make recommendations for their recognition.
Well, Prime Minister Stewart also explained what the honour will entail.
The honour will allow persons on whom it is conferred to use the post-nominals BJH, Barbados Jubilee Honour, and to wear as a decoration the prescribed insignia for holders of the Barbados Jubilee Honour. Eligibility for the honour is restricted to a person who has been nominated for the honour by Barbadians living in Barbados or elsewhere, is a citizen of Barbados or is entitled to be registered as a citizen of Barbados, and has given significant and meritorious service to his community and to the nation, and has satisfied the criteria for selection in one of the categories set out in the schedule.
And the opposition Barbados Labour Party supported the Barbados Jubilee Honour Bill. Member of Parliament for St. Michael South East, Santia Bradshaw, says it is a perfect example of how far we have come as an independent nation.
It speaks to the fact that as a Parliament of Barbados, having gained our independence in 1966, that we've been able to recognize persons who have contributed to the development of this country over the course of the past 50 years. I believe whether we were the government or not, I think it is something that the Barbados Labour Party too would have sought to embark on in terms of introducing into this chamber. And for that reason, I believe that all on this side certainly share in supporting this particular bill.
Well, had it not been for a decision by the Fundell Stewart-led administration to control the amount of money being pumped into regional airline Liat, Barbados would have become the majority shareholder. And according to Minister of Finance and Economic Affairs Chris Sinclair, the country would have owned Liat, and this is not something the government wanted. Mr. Sinclair made the revelation during debate in Parliament.
That is not what we wanted to happen. That is certainly not what other governments wanted to happen, because it is a regional airline shared by cost and experience and intervention by other governments. So I want to make that point very clear, because it's going to come up again. And we've had situations like these from time to time. This is not the time to talk about it, but we will have that conversation. Yes, indeed, because of course we want to have one situation. What is the thing? One for the Medes and the other one for the Persians. Yes. But we will have an opportunity to discuss all of those matters at a later date.
Mr. Sinclair says government is doing what the Auditor General prescribed in the report pertaining to Liat. He also says the government is bringing the transactions to book now to ensure that the current administration's transactions are fully accounted for. Meantime, St. Michael North MP Ronald Toppin queried the injection of millions into Liat at this time.
We have at this time, Mr. Speaker, a situation where the QEH, sir, is at the point where operating tables collapse on the people as they are receiving treatment. We have, Mr. Speaker, $33 million being debated in this Parliament today. However, couch, at a time, sir, when parents cannot find the money to send their children to school. At a time, Mr. Speaker, when our roads are now being taken over by filth, Mr. Speaker, we are talking about $33 million going into Liat.
Well, coming up, preparing for the human chain link, and the police are seeking your help to identify two wanted men. Stay with us.
Don't let your data experience slow you down. Step up to Digicel, Barbados' fastest 4G network, more than twice as fast as the slow network. Get more with Digicel. Digicel, the fastest 4G network in Barbados. Dial *153# to sign up to Digicel today.
More great cities just got closer. The Scotiabank Aero Platinum MasterCard is now even better. Fly to New York, Miami, Orlando, and Fort Lauderdale with just 20,000 Scotia points. With your new Scotiabank Aero Platinum MasterCard, you'll receive a welcome bonus of 10,000 Scotia points, so you can enjoy the cities you love most sooner than ever. Apply today. Call 426-7000 or visit your nearest branch.
This season on CBC TV, The People's Business, Sundays at 8:05 p.m. Made possible by our partners, Solar Dynamics, the most efficient solar hot water system.
A lot of people think that fast bikes are cool, and the girls sure like the guys who ride them. But like so many things about life, you gotta be careful. Having sex without a condom is like riding a bike without a helmet. It's just plain dumb. It's okay to have fun, as long as you're smart about it. My name is Daniel the Lion Fortress, and I'm different, and I'm making a difference.
Live up, love, protect, respect.
One day, 20 minutes, Barbados will be one. And that's the goal of the organizing committee behind the Human Chain Link, one of the activities for the island's Golden Jubilee. Our Lisa Broom spoke with some of the organizers and others involved and filed this report.
Come next Monday, Barbadians are expected to give this island they love a big hug, literally. Forming a human chain, organizers see just over 90,000 people of all ages joining hands along a designated route for about 20 minutes to show their appreciation. Chief Education Officer Karen Best is one of those in charge. She says while plans are progressing well, there are some challenges. The first, not enough marshals. They need about 500, but only have about half that.
The job of the marshal is one that is very critical, because the points are a kilometer apart, and we have 3 tridents that must be passed along that kilometer stretch in about 20 minutes. And the marshals are going to be there, one, to make sure that we have persons within the kilometer, one, and to help to make sure that the trident moves.
The chain was broken in 1979 because not enough people were along the East Coast, and the organizers are hoping to avoid that problem this time around, but they need transportation to ensure this doesn't happen.
Luckily for the ministry, we have reached out to some businesses, and some businesses have decided that they are going to sponsor schools with transportation. The problem is, though, that the transport worker can't do it alone, and some of the private operators are saying that it might take away from their profits on that morning.
Now, to complete the chain, the organizers need 92,000 people. They're at 51,611, but they need you to register.
The reason for the registration is that we would know the areas that are still without persons, without bodies. So when you register, then we can look and see, okay, between point 88 and 89, that is full, because that is coming down the south coast. And then we will be able to say, well, okay, move persons or suggest the persons to go to another area.
And registering is easy. Just log on to www.onepeople1barbados, click Join the Chain, and follow the prompts. Children were a major part of the human chain link in 1979, and they're going to feature prominently again this time around. So I traveled to the St. John Primary School to hear from some students what they thought about the human chain link, because they're going to be part of it. So first I asked them if they have any idea what the human chain link is. So do you know what the human chain link is?
Yes, ma'am.
What is it?
Is when a bunch of people from around the country hold hands.
How do you feel about being part of the chain link?
I feel excited about the chain link.
Excited? Excited why?
Because I never see as much people gather around Barbados, and this is my first time experiencing it.
I feel excited because this is my first time seeing everybody, and I feel excited because we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of independence.
So, like the song says, let's all join hands and show we love Barbados. Lisa Broom, CBC News.
A call for the government to urgently fix the road in White Hill St. Andrew or find a suitable area to relocate the residents elsewhere in that constituency. It has come from the MP for the area, George Payne, following a tour of the area by several opposition MPs, which was led by opposition leader Mia Motley. Mr. Payne says that with the recent heavy rains, the situation has gotten even worse, noting that the residents could be totally cut off if the help isn't forthcoming soon.
These people pay taxes like anybody else. To think that the an entire stretch of road could be demolished in this way by a national catastrophe. There's a catastrophe fund to deal with these issues, and nothing has been done apart from the Democratic Labour Party government coming and putting out some marl. The marl wash away in 2 weeks, and nothing, absolutely nothing has been done.
And resident Carlita Andrews says the prevailing conditions are having a serious impact on the livelihoods of residents who find it impossible to do business after 7:30 at night, since taxis and emergency vehicles cannot access the area, which is extremely dark.
The first thing to begin with, I would like to see the road put back in place. Anything else could go after, because in order for you to, if they are relocating us, they have to give us a way to get out. Because right now we are trapped. If the road cross their barrier, we are boxing. You can't get so, no, you can't get so. So it's like, to start with, a road is a must.
Police have turned to the public to help them identify 2 wanted men. Surveillance video released by the police force caught the young men in the act. Any person who can assist in identifying any of these men is asked to contact the Oystons Police Station at telephone numbers 418-2609, 418-2612, the police emergency at telephone number 211, the nearest police station, or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-TIPS. That's 1-800-8477. These men are also advised that they can present themselves to the police accompanied by an attorney at law of their choice. Well, the flex tanks have been filled and a test shipment of fresh water from Suriname is en route to Barbados. The water is being sourced from the CARICOM states Copenhagen and Suriname rivers. This shipment, however, is not drinking water but is more suited for municipal purposes, industrial or agricultural use. The vessel should reach Bridgetown in about 6 days. The Barbados Water Authority has agreed to be part of this innovative test. Now, earlier this morning, a brief ceremony was held in the Surinamese capital. And at the launch of the test, the CEO of Amazon Resources said he was pleased that the shipment was on its way. Well, still to come, we'll tell you what the Dr. Keith Rowley administration is doing to tackle the drug problem in the Twin Island Republic, and later we visit St. Peter in our Coast to Coast features. Stay with us.